I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong. It's worth remembering that it is often the small steps, not the giant leaps, that bring out the most lasting change. These wretched babies don't come until they are ready. I hope people will think very carefully about the future. Families, friends, and communities often find a source of courage rising up from within. Indeed, sadly, it seems that it is tragedy that often draws out the most and the best from the human spirit. For me, heaven is likely to be a bit of a come down. Football's a difficult business, and aren't they prima donnas? But it's a wonderful game. What were once only hopes for the future have now come to pass. I should like to be a horse. It has perhaps always been the case that the waging of peace is the hardest form of leadership of all. They are not royal. They just happen to have me as their aunt. It's all to do with the training. You can do a lot if you're properly trained. Work is the rent you pay for the room you occupy on earth. We all need to get the balance right between action and reflection. With so many distractions, it is easy to forget to pause and take stock. Family does not necessarily mean blood relatives, but often a description of a community, organization, or nation. When life seems hard, the courageous do not lie down and accept defeat. Instead, they are all the more determined to struggle for a better future. Let us not take ourselves too seriously. None of us has a monopoly on wisdom. Like all best families, we have our share of eccentricities, of impetuous and wayward youngsters, and of family disagreements. It is easy enough to define what the Commonwealth is not. Indeed, this is quite a popular pastime. The British Constitution has always been puzzling and always will be. The upward course of a nation's history is due in the long run to the soundness of heart of its average men and women. I believe that, young or old, we have as much to look forward to with confidence and hope as we have to look back on with pride. I have, in sincerity, pledged myself to your service, as so many of you are pledged to mine. Throughout all my life and with all my heart, I shall strive to be worthy of your trust. My husband has quite simply been my strength and stay all these years, and I owe him a debt greater than he would ever claim. To what greater inspiration and counsel can we turn than to the imperishable truth to be found in this treasure house, the Bible? I have to be seen to be believed. I cannot lead you into battle. I do not give you laws or administer justice, but I can do something else. I can give my heart and my devotion to these old islands and to all the peoples of our brotherhood of nations. At its heart, engineering is about using science to find creative, practical solutions. It is a noble profession. For many, Christmas is also a time for coming together, but for others, service will come first. Our modern world places such heavy demands on our time and attention that the need to remember our responsibilities to others is greater than ever. Each day is a new beginning. I know that the only way to live my life is to try to do what is right, to take the long view, to give of my best in all that the day brings, and to put my trust in God. Perhaps we make too much of what is wrong and too little of what is right. The trouble with gloom is that it feeds upon itself, and depression causes more depression. To all those who have suffered as a consequence of our troubled past, I extend my sincere thoughts and deep sympathy. With the benefit of historical hindsight, we can all see things which we would wish had been done differently or not at all. The world is not the most pleasant place. Eventually, Your parents leave you, and nobody is going to go out of their way to protect you unconditionally. You need to learn to stand up for yourself and what you believe. And sometimes, pardon my language, kick some ass. There are long periods when life seems small, dull, round, a petty business with no point. And then suddenly, we are caught up in some great event which gives us a glimpse of the solid and durable foundations of our existence. If I am asked what I think about family life after 25 years of marriage, I can answer with equal simplicity and conviction: I am for it. I know of no single formula for success, but over the years I have observed that some attributes of leadership are universal and often about finding ways of encouraging people to combine their efforts, their talents, their insights, their enthusiasm, and their inspiration to work together. In times of doubt and anxiety, the attitudes people show in their daily lives, in their homes, and in their work are of supreme importance. It has been women who have breathed gentleness and care into the harsh progress of mankind. Prince Philip is, I believe, well known for declining compliments of any kind, but throughout, he has been a constant strength and guide.